Welcome. Tonight we're doing more MSQ for Stormblood. And yeah. Yeah. Okay. Stream's working. Sometimes I just check audio mixing just for feedback. Anyway. Let's get to it. See to the wounded, yo. If they live, help them. If not, move on. Gods damn it, Mifford, weren't you the one telling me to use my head and stay alive? Mifford lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm which you take for safekeeping. He was already cold when I got to him. There is naught I could do. That charm must have been important. You best take it to Conrad. Gah, in the heat of battle, I barely felt the pain, but when the fighting died down, it was all I could do to stay standing. If it wasn't for her, it'd be me lying there. I wish it was. You're worried about your soul, aren't you? It's too early to make any kind of prognosis, but she's alive for now. It makes no sense. He brushed us aside as if we were nothing. Damn it, Alize, this is serious. You need to rest. You seemed ready to burst in tears. I'd fetch you a handkerchief, but... Nanago, Mifrid, who are you? Where are you? This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mifrid was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 malms so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him? And not the cause? Aye, well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. But that's exactly the kind of man who should be the leader, the kind of man who deserves to survive, not a old fool who's all used up. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls in the heat of battle, who can do our best? We can but do our best, as he did. Mayford will be sorely missed, aye, but because of his sacrifice, many now live who otherwise would not, and they need us now more than ever. Aye, that they do. Forgive me. I had high hopes for him is all. I'll recover. My injuries aren't serious, though that was clearly by choice and not happenstance. They meant to take me alive. What can you do at a time like this other than curse the gods in your own powerlessness? Master Kemp seems quite shaken. Our defeat was no near thing. It was a total humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Elfinod said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Ralgar's reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castrum Orans will need to be taken by chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall oversee preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Forgive me, but it is imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Oh, I see. In that case, you are free to search the barber and take that which you require. I will not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. Take whatever you require for your needs. I will replenish the stock after. Ooh, surgery. Okay. Miss Marshall Turpin said you might have something for me. 12 be praised. This should put the driver's hearts at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. Yastrola and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by your side the entire time. Thank you, Creole. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? I'm not so frail that I can't make a trip on my own. Besides, there's still work to be done here. I'll see you at the wall when it's finished. As you wish, then let us set forth at once. We shall move as quickly as our comrades' health allows. To Castrum or and let us pray they arrive safely. Master Kemp, your concern for your own men's well-being is commendable, but I would urge you to consider your own. You saved a good many of my men, and I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains our forces were decimated, and this state will not be mounting an assault on Castrum Vandoya or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects, but first we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you all at Castrum Oriens. Understood. We will go and speak with General Alden. For more than a decade, the Resistance has resided here, hidden from the eyes of the Empire, and just when we set our sights on Valadona, they strike. Do you not find that passing strange? I can see their reach means a lot to these people, but it would be suicide to stay. Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. We have completed our search of the region and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straight away to Specula Imperiortis after quitting this place. It would seem he's lost interest in us. Which brings us to the most troubling question of all. Not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy, you don't leave him to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back and walk away, but Xenos is no fool. Whatever his motive, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I will leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Oriens. We can discuss our path forward there. Kryl is with your Stola. She still hasn't woken up, but Kryl says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wound, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen when the Skull's commander cut down Meaford. A single blow and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. God's help me if I ever... No, not now. Not while the general's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Meaford with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Crania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors, but they're our children, our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. God help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
We fight and we fight and we keep on fighting until we win. I honestly believe that. You wipe until you win.
Come now, even you have your limits. But then, so too must he. One legatus ruling two provinces a world apart. Yes, divide and conquer. We kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more, thereby forcing Xenos to fight a war on two fronts.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
I can't deny part of me wants to stay and fight, but I know I'd be more use to you and the others. Ye gods, the pain. It seemed like a good idea at the time. You've said your piece, yes. Now would you please return to bed? You'll never recover if you carry on like this. So we fight on, come what may, sentiment notwithstanding. What other choice did we have? We've got a long road ahead of us, but it all begins with the first step. We'll stay in reach and rebuild. We'll reinforce our defenses, and if they come again, we'll be ready. I wish you well on your journey, my friend. Let us pray that when we meet again, our fortunes will be much changed. If the rumors are to be believed, this is not the first time Xenos has spared his foes. They say he abides by an unusual code and takes pleasure in the fight. Whatever his reasons, we must use this time to our advantage. How in the layman's name did they find the Reach? I thought their glamours were impenetrable. I have called upon Steelgate Fane to send every available conjurer, no matter how inexperienced, to help with the wounded. I pray it will be enough. Anyway, that's impressive. It goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government here or anywhere else. And I am quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea. and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. That which is beyond one alone may yet be within reach of many. I love MMOs, man. You get weird moments like these. People just chilling in the sky. Where men go as one, there is life, and where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Oathward is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I am one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather Tataru is, but before we discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during the critical period. Moreover, as Yastrola cannot be left unattended, then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue address. You know, Alphinaud, it would have been quicker to just ask. Just ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose, would you be willing to look after your Stola and provide support to Ehrenfeld and the others? Yes, Alphinaud, I would. You see, that wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return with a gift. Oh, right, I wouldn't dream of it. Right then, sister, yo, please, gather your things. We are for Limonza. Oh shit. Not here. Must be up there somewhere. There you are. Bilburn was always your strollest domain. I haven't spent much time here, to be honest. I spoke with Arianje and Thancred along the way to say they were surprised by our stratagem would be something of an understatement, but they did not dispute its logic. Tatar should be here any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Melwood lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You're right in as much as we will be traveling by sea. Regrettably, it is simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice, which leaves us with only one other option. Ah, speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvillian of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with the pirates. Greetings and salutations, Scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement? Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my her outbursts. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. Need a drink of water. Ah, but where was I? Oh yes, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from gods-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause, and negligible profit. Well, I for one think the captain has a point. The five seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor, unfortunate soul has to come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard the tragic tale of how the heir to House Durandal vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Thatcher is great. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration, but so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can only take you as far as Kugane and Gashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. The poor little boy had only seen 14 summers when he left Ishgard. Can you imagine what it must have felt like to finally be free to explore the world, unbeholden to all the stuffy traditions of the Holy See? Such a shame that he never returned home. Without him, the Count de Durandare must look elsewhere for a successor. And the good Lord Janet Grenard is one step closer to being the next in line. Blackmail, is it? This is a dangerous game the two of them are playing. What guarantee do we have that Carvelian won't just throw us overboard? I'm not sure what just happened. I could have sworn he was about to turn us away, but then he changed his mind. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely, and there was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Carvelian squirm. Still -9. Sucks. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna be a while before I get equipment I can actually use. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tatar and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alize, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Urianger on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in an event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Yo and Lise? I would like the two of you to return to Revenant Soul and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Yo. Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around the House of Splendors. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? You are truly planning to travel to Doma. I do not know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land nestled on the eastern coast of Orthord, along the banks of the One River. Our nation thrived proud and free until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. I remember sitting on the banks of the One River as a child, watching fishing boats drift by. But now the One River is closed to all, the moon gates open for none. If Doma knows peace in our time, I should like to see it with mine own eyes. Perhaps partake of these hot springs homie tells me of as well. Oop. There. Greetings, yo. What brings you to the toll this day? What, you are from Vordoma? Heavens, you signs have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor dead, Garlemald in chaos. It seemed the time was right. Beneath our Lord's banners was gathered, and we fought to reclaim our nation. But when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. Lord Cain was a good man who cared only for his people. Though it pained him to kneel to Garlemald, he did so for our sake. And for our sake he would willingly have endured that ignominy for another 25 years, had we not beseeched him to act. But we convinced him that we could win, that we could defeat Xenos in the Empire, and for our failure, he paid the ultimate price. Tattoos entrusted me with the remainder of her responsibilities and their absence. Should you require aught, pray do not hesitate to ask. Naught would bring me greater joy than to join you on your journey. However, Lady Yagiri made it clear that we were to remain here and safeguard the community we have built. That's cool. What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yugiri and Gogetsu in the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nagik clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy, and her most host of men and Magitech. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of dear Lord Kane has become a den for Garlean dogs. Doma was all but wiped from the face of Othard. Only Doma Castle, seat of our lord and symbol of all that we were, was spared the wages of war. Yet for the blessings that is, the thought of which and her psychopaths claiming it for their own fills me with unspeakable anger. There you are. Learned anything interesting? The older Domans I spoke with tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then when I spoke with the younger Domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was a load of stupid old. Wow, what you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Right, no point waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Linza Limonza, Alfnode said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. It's times like this I'm glad we got Tatu taking care of business. A surfeit of sumptuous foods, wondrous sundries, plenty of clean undergarments. Yes, I do believe we have everything we need for a lengthy voyage. An army marches on its stomach. Tataru took that lesson to heart. You are returned, Yo. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I am eager to hear all, though that can wait until we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. Something left undone, my friend? If not, let us be off. All set, lass. I'll see you to the ship if so. The ship's name is Misery. I love that. That's good.
"12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late."
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
"Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
A parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
Yo. That's dope.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others, and take care.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
This ain't right. This ain't right at all. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No, as the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the ceruleum engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive. An adjective, for example. Sea wolves, superstitions, and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know the things which he is so reticent to name, are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous. Yes, indeed, if it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it is probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse: to let the current take us where it will, and deal with whatever we find there. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I am beginning to like you, girl. Once we have arrived at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth to deal with the cause of our troubles. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. I'm not saying that I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that vengeful spirits are plotting our demise at this very moment. I'm just saying we cannot discount the possibility. The fiery one, Alize, was it? 'Tis a pity she holds our profession in such disdain. She would make an excellent pirate. I'll make sure Tatru stays below deck until we know it's safe. Alphinaud was terrified of ghost stories as a child. I'm glad to see that some things never change. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I am calm and collected as ever. Carry on. First dungeon of Stormblood. Oh. Alright, I'll be right back with the dungeon. And we're back. That's cool. Oh yeah. Ooh. That's for me. Yes. Waiting for that.
That appears to be the last of them.
Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane. The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Thanks again for saving us from certain death at the hands of Lorelei and whatnot. We'll not soon forget it. Strange. Is it just me or is the ground swaying? By the 12, I have never been happier to be back on terra firma. Our voyage has instilled in me a new appreciation for surfaces which do not move of their own accord. It is very colorful, is it not? I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi, regrettably the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Here, mad delights await you, should you elect to explore and experience, assuming you are sufficiently open-minded, that is. I, alas, cannot afford to linger. Glad though I am to have arrived, I would remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Carvillian, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othard, were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first traveler seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that Yaguri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othard, assuming they are not still in the city. Here we seek passage. Mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphonode. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Carvillian, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in the large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shikaze Hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect. Or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course, surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain, and may the Navigator watch over and keep you. Right then, to the hostelry. After you. Ooh.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugani is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
I don't trust him one bit, and neither should you. Forgive me, the mere mention of the Eastern Eldern Trading Company is enough to... I'm fine, truly, you need not worry. I dare say Alfred has met his match. So there are Imperial spies everywhere? Great, just great. And you must be Yosun, slayer of gods, rider of dragons, savior of Ishgard, stealer of pants, if some are more puzzling rumors of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. Stealer of pants. I like how I just nod. I knew it. May I say what an honor and pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, milady. I just know you and I are gonna get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our cursed city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way, if you would be so good as to follow me. Oh, there's a lot of these. Okay. place. Oh. I say, what is that smell wafting from yonder tea house? Could it be yes? Could it just possibly be the scent of whispered secrets waiting to be overheard? I note that our would-be host has elected to dress in the local fashion. I do not like the cut of that man's jib, not one bit. Even the Aetherites look different here. Word. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You're now standing in Tenkanto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the Aetherite, which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlie, and yet I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar, will wonders never cease? Far Eastern Aetherite technologies have long and storied tradition, I assure you. This particular example was constructed by the Ishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts, attuned if you like. It's like 1 point better. Okay, so I'm getting accessories that are good. That's cool. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the Aetherite. Come, come, let us move along. The markets are next. I'll be right back. And we're back. Just look at all the garish designs not fun to subtly, are they? Is that a theater over there? Be still, my heart. No sign of Goetsu or Yaguri here. Not that I expected to stumble across them just like that. Though it would have been nice. Well, I would expect no less of a bustling port. We have arrived at the largest shopping district in Kogane Dori. Kogane, as you're doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes of, or kogane, are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. Aho, a kindred spirit, what a pleasure. It is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of a hard-won coin. Hancock of the East Eldern Trading Company, you are with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Keaton, pray allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guest, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kogane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Keaton of the Hakuchi clan, and it is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kogane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean Guild are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you will find all of them and more. Still -8. -16. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. Yeah, it's not till level 70. Same deal. -6. +3. Okay. So once I hit 70, I come back here. Material. Whoa. Don't think I haven't memorized every detail of that street. There's at least half a dozen shops that will soon be enjoying my custom. We're actually quite far from the docks now, aren't we? This place is bigger than I thought. This district up ahead has a different air about it. Where to next, I wonder? If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to Jingai, the district which in Ijin or foreigners are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely, so you see it would not be all that unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical alterations after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sekigumi punished breaches of the peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation, though, to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant and his cups dared lay hands on a hanging aristocrat in front of Sekigumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. I don't even want to think about that. So as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or you with yourselves in the manner of the late Teleji Adelji. How I amuse myself. But we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. So that building's full of Garleans. Some might call it unwise to loiter outside the gates of a hostile empire's consulate. danger, excitement, intrigue, oh my. Compared to the Hagen architecture, this seems drab and uninspired. Or mayhap I have simply had my fill of Garlean aesthetics, such as they are. That's close enough, Savage. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of who you know who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs, all of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. There is also much more I could speak of, the soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure district, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea of voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. Ah, the unmistakable scent of wealth and power. Even though this feels just out of place as the Garlean consulate, it's a lot more comforting. There is no denying that this place was built for an Eldon. I dare say we could travel to Residia or the New World and find a man like Hancock waiting for us. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices? We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way.
Our thaumaturgists took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify, then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Auri Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugani.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugani, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
Okay.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
Okay. I'm not sure how I imagined our time in the Far East unfolding, but it definitely didn't involve Uldans. And especially not these Uldans. Still, whatever works, right? He was not exaggerating when he spoke of their wards of efficacy. Whoever wove them did so with consummate skill. Oi, this place takes me back. It reminds me of the workshop of an old-on lapidary I once served. I must confess, I am an avid collector of all things Far Eastern. See for yourself, I insist. Yeah? Though I am reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Alamegan allies place their faith in us, and I do not intend to disappoint them. It would seem inefficient for us all to venture out together in search of information on Migari and Goetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. But if we were to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed. Tatu would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. While she attends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Alize and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and the two of you can take those in the north. Anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yugiri and Gogetsu during our voyage. Wow. Wow. Distrola warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great. They'll definitely come in handy. Looks like it's you and me, yo. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. Leave everything here to me. If I can keep the walking sands, the rising stones, and the falling snows afloat, then this should be easy. I just need to think of a new name. The blooming cherry blossoms? No, that's no good. Wow, Alphino's sketches are so, I don't know how to put it, but they're very, well, see for yourself. You may view Alphino's sketch anytime during it, but okay. Go on, take a look, you'll see what I mean. Yep. Looks more like them than they do. Honestly, he could make a living doing this. Ah, sorry. No time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting Raku at the Onsen? That was it. One, two, three left. Come one, come all, burn cuts, embarrassing rashes, there is not that the mystical waters of the broken hot springs cannot heal. Oh, what is that in your hand? You think this Ura and this rogue god again, do you? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons past or present. Please, we came all the way from Eorzea to find our friends. We have our reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sekigumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else then. What about that woman who runs the austerity? Otakaze, was it? You seem a kind soul, and it pains me that I cannot help you. If the strain of your troubles weighs too heavy on your heart, I could recommend a number of treatments. Oh, it's an inn. That's cool. And he fucking nods too. It's a good detail. Alright. Yeah. Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality delivered but the other day. Ah, an Ori shinobi and a Rei Groudon samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with some view of mine own. If I speak of that which you know, Ijin, be not offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea, the Doom Rebellion after 2.5 decades of quiet. I see, and you are familiar with the ways of Higashi, how we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kagane is open to Ijin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or, if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The two individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I will provide you the names of the captains if you like. You've been a great help, Mistress Kaze. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your custom, miss. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3, I'll take the rest. And we'll meet here when we've finished, alright? Good luck. All agents are subject to the same rules and must receive the same treatment. To be equal is to be fair, and to be fair is to be free. True. True words. Okay. God damn it. Passengers, no, we no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? Pa, if it is a woman you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. I told you, the man was alone and I sent him away. What more do you want? Yes, a Revgadan gentleman did approach me. He wanted a charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the Mad Devil. I sent him away like all the others before him. The woman, nay, I know her not. I told you, I refused the man's request, and I know nothing of the woman. Now leave me be. You asked me if I've seen this Ari woman with the rogue dog and samurai. The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was from Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and Ras-Adhan. It would be an unreasonable detour. As I said, I spoke only with the man. He wished to go to Doma and went away when I said I could not help him. Will that be all? This is a beautiful place. Oh, never mind. Judging from the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. I don't even know. Actually, okay, that's only -6, so maybe I'll get good armor before I reach level 70. Well, I suppose we might as well head back to... Wait, I've just remembered. There was someone on my list I forgot to visit. Kyoto. He's a Namzu fisherman, whatever that means, and a regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around. When I asked Kotetsu what Namatsu meant, she said it was Shingon for catfish, and there I was thinking she said fisherman. Okay. What? Why do you stare? You have business with me? By the 12, a talking fish. Yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you, Agent. You find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once, but only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met a... Let's start again. You're Guido, right? My name is Lise, and this is Yo. We're looking for some friends of ours. I see. Both these ones I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Really? That's wonderful. Could you do the same for us? Yes, this would not be a problem. For you, I could charter a ship this very day. But the journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? I didn't think to bring any money, but surely Tatter will let us take whatever we need from the Scion's coffers, right? We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Could we take a moment to talk it over with our friends? Yes, but hurry. Your ships must depart under cover of darkness. We shall meet again at sunset on the Tasagari Bridge. Do not forget your fare. Bring many gil, yes? It's about time our luck changed. Alphinaud and the others will be thrilled. Yeah. Greetings, Honored Madame. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices? You wouldn't believe some of the things you can find down at the markets. We're spoiled for choice here. Welcome back. We ourselves returned but a moment ago. I hope my information was of value. We spoke with a number of merchants and captains at the southern piers. Several recognized Goetsu and confirmed that he had been searching for a vessel to deliver him to Orthard. None, however, made any mention of Lady Liguri. Yes, it was the same story for us, and then you'll never believe what happened. So this Guido claims to have aided both Goetsu and Nigiri. How fortuitous. Not the word I would have chosen, Master Alphinaud. Stupid's what I call it. How can you agree to his price without making any attempt to haggle, or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it's not what troubles me most. Guido and his brethren are not renowned for their generosity of spirit, Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylenders, ever eager to turn a profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we questioned stated that Goetsu was alone. Only Guido claims to have met both him and Yaguri. I suppose it's just possible that Goetsu made inquiries by himself and only called upon Yaguri once he had found a willing captain. But it is equally possible, if not more likely, that you are being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The Viceroy once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do so than by delivering her the heads of foreign insurgents? Fine, you may be right about it, but if Guido's working for the Empire, who's to say he didn't try the same trick on Nigiri and Goetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up his end of the bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about, will we? But if he tries to betray us, I bet we take him prisoner and punch him till he tells us the truth. So if it's a trap, we'll spring it and deal with the consequences. I like the way you think. Very well, we should prepare for the worst. Tataru will remain here, and I shall follow the three of you at a discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical altercations at all costs. Even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you, the Sekigumi will not hesitate to clap you in irons or cut you down. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? Rest assured, I will not be far behind you. While I am no shinobi, I can keep to the shadows when necessary. These second shumi are not to be trifled with. Rare is the week that I do not hear at least one tale of an agent being arrested under dubious pretexts. Fortunately, a wealthy and well-connected ally can help resolve such matters with the minimum of fuss. I had a feeling we might find ourselves in a situation like this, so I made sure to stock up on some special supplies that I thought might prove useful. Alize has them, in case you're wondering. And here I was thinking Guido was just being nice. I'll tell you now, if Hancock's right about all of this, that catfish is getting filleted. To review, Lise, Yo, and I will meet with Guido as planned. Alphino will keep watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the likely event that Guido attempts to betray us in the Imperials of whomever else. Should that happen, you and Lise will subdue him, and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attention of the second Gumi, we will evade them with Alphino's assistance and return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course, these precautions will be for naught if Guido does not play us for fools, but we shall see. To the bridge. I had a feeling we might find ourselves in a situation like this, so I made sure. Okay. It's a trap, isn't it? We may as well stop kidding ourselves. Our would-be ally is nowhere to be seen. Make ready, yo. Something smells fishy.
He's late.
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
This ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me, these ones are for Doma.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
Nothing personal, yes, yes, just business.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
Good.
Ah!
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
I like Lise.
Of all the bloody places.
As expected, the Sick and Gumi have caught our scent. Since fighting them is out of the question, we'll have to wind our way back to the Ruby Bazaar, evading their patrols as we go. If they find you, use these smoke bombs to make your escape. a smoke bomb, though. There we go. Of course. Okay.
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there, Korjin. We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me, they cannot have gone far.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
Excuse me.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Seki Segumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisegumi to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kojin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kojin of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
And you mine.
All things considered, that went rather well, thanks to Soroban, that is. You're doubtless wondering why our objectively green-hued friend here refers to himself as a Kojin of the Blue. The answer is quite fascinating, really. The Kojin language has many similarities with ancient Hingan, you see, and in ancient Hingan, the word for green, Io, can mean green and or blue. Though I do the word a disservice by even attempting to translate it, so steeped in meaning as it is, why they elected to keep on calling themselves the Blue in modern times is anyone's guess. For I, for one, would have much preferred Kojin of the Io, but one theory posits that they prefer the sound of the word blue when spoken. Another is that they are physically incapable of distinguishing between the two, which would have interesting implications in their everyday lives. There's no denying that they were Imperials. They were wearing the same uniforms as the ones outside the consulate. Right. Though we Kojin are of the sea, we often come ashore to sell our wares and pursue your markets. It is my hope that an arrangement with the East Alengard Trading Company will help us to more quickly obtain the treasures that we seek. I'm still annoyed he tried to deceive us, but at least we were prepared for it. Even so, next time we should probably try to avoid running around Kugane in the middle of the night with half the city guards snapping at our heels. Right then. Guido should be coming around soon. I think it's time we had a little chat, don't you? Rise and shine, little fishy. I know you can hear me, so stop pretending to be asleep or I'll give you another ride on my boot. No more boots. All my secrets are yours for the asking. Tell us what you know about Yagiri and Goetsu, every last detail. And if I find out later you lied to me. No more lies. The clear, unvarnished truth. You have my word. Only the samurai did I meet. Yes, only him. He asked after a ship, so I provided an introduction to the Garleans. You mean you led him into a trap as you did us, because you are an Imperial spy? No, I am no spy. It was just business. Fewer ships pass through Kugane these days, and we have struggled to make ends meet. So when the Garleans offered a bounty for any domins found in Kugane... Oh, my mistake. You're not a spy, but a common cutthroat. Not that I'm surprised. You need half a brain to be a spy. So what happened to the samurai? Such a cruel, vicious tongue you have. He would not go quietly. No. Blades were drawn, men were cut down, and the Shikigami came. They took the samurai away. Hold on a moment. You mean to tell me the agent they arrested the other day was Goetsu? Oh, but I known if he is in custody of Shikigami, I need only see to it that the requisite funds find their way into the right official's hands, and your friend will walk free. As it is in Ul'dah, so it is in Kugane. But given the circumstances, it seems we have no choice but to resort to morally questionable means. We'll make a pragmatist of you yet, Master Alphinaud. Okay, what time is it? 2:24 a.m. Been streaming for 3 hours. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching. You can find me on YouTube, same handle as my Twitch, and I'll see you in the next one.